属性に帰着するなど高望みなこと。我が自然低温調理、世界の熱狂の渦に目も舌も満足させてあげるよ。一両に従え。連気貸し。力を。食前に甘い最高の一品よ。具現せよ競争よ。無に来てこの国盛り上がりが足りないわ。
クイーンを任せるのだ。世界の熱
狂の渦に念の表像、ガンのように羽ばたく。この舞台にここ。
Hey, what's up, Mighty? How's it going, man?
怖いか？それか恐怖を抱く勇気すらないか。私と打ち合う気、この燃え上がる炎で少しはまともになってきた。闇来たる破滅の時なカウントダウン開始だ。
Just thinking. Well, you know, I think the world needs a little more of that nowadays, you know? Yeah, I think the world needs a little more of that nowadays. I don't think the world does enough of that anymore. Oh, Mighty, I was just thinking. Oh, hey, I was just thinking too. Apparently, me too. I was thinking, and anyway, yeah. Right before the stream, I was thinking of like stream, like what to title the stream. I was kind of thinking of something a little clickbaity. Not clickbaity, but something alarming, because like I really want to tell more people about this like broken Windows update in August. Like, and it's actually like it hasn't been proven like 100%. Well, it's been proven 100%, but it's not. It hasn't been shown exactly which hardware it affects. It seems to be damaging SSDs, solid state drives, and it's not clear yet exactly which solid state drives are affected more than others. Yeah, but the damage seems to be anywhere from you won't feel anything to like it'll die in a week. So man, apparently the update is what is it again? So it's on Windows 11, obviously not Windows 10. Windows 11. So KB 506 something. Hang on. Let me look it up. It's actually very new news. Oh, apparently it's hang on, solid state. Yeah. So apparently it's mostly only affecting solid state drives. Anyway, and then like I looked at like the way you were typing your messages, and I noticed that your messages don't start with an uppercase. And that makes me think that either you specifically disabled that on your mobile device, or you're typing this from PC or Mac. I don't know, who knows, right? If Mac, then like okay, obviously that doesn't affect you. But if you're on PC, especially if you're on Windows 11, trying to look for the update number. Can't seem to find it though. Can't seem to find it. Hang on. KB. Oh, here it is. KB 5063878. KB 5063878. So, man, it's yeah. Tech news has been going crazy about this, like over the past 1 or 2 days. Where's the update? Oh my god. Wait, is this real? Even Forbes has an article about it. Hang on. Is this the same? Yep, that is definitely it. KB 506. Yeah, okay, so even Forbes made an article about it. So, Forbes title, in fact, just straight up says Microsoft confirms emergency Windows update. That is scary. Opinion: if I knew anything about computer hardware, I might have disabled that by accident, or it's just disabled by default. Like feminist. No, well, unless if you, there's no way, like at least like not directly, there's no like button in Windows to just straight up disable updates. Yeah, starting from Windows 10, there's just no like direct way in Windows to permanently disable updates. So unless if you tinkered with something with some like third party software, right, that like goes into your system and like completely disables updates, right, using a third party software to completely disable permanently Windows update, then if you haven't done that, then your Windows updates are still going. Yeah, the only buttons that Windows like officially gives you in the settings is just a way to pause updates. You can only pause it up to like 5 weeks or so. After that, your updates are gonna continue. Anyway, if you are fairly certain that at least one of your drives on your system, on your Windows 11 or Windows 10 system, is a solid state drive, then I would highly recommend rolling back or uninstalling said update. Again, the update is KB506. Where is it? Oh, here. KB5063878. Roll it back, like uninstall it, and then pause your updates for like as long as possible, which is somewhere around like 4 or 5 weeks. It's kind of scary, man. Like, this is really the problem with this, like, new, like, hey, what's up, Luap? How's it going, man? I haven't updated my phone just because every time I do it, they give me unnecessary things and block things I love to do, like changing files. Yep. I hardly ever update my phone. Fortunately slash unfortunately, my phone is so cheap that the what's it called? The manufacturer probably just stopped bothering to update it. Like pretty soon after they released it. Yeah. Hey, what up? I don't know how familiar you are with PC stuff, with tech stuff, but apparently there's a Windows 11 update that happened just recently that is breaking solid state drives. So I highly recommend you roll it back. You know, it's always so confusing to me, like how the heck my characters just seem to randomly die fighting this boss. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. It's just, I don't know. Of course. Heard about it, but everything is fine to me at the moment. Yeah, that's the thing too, is like the damage seems to be like, it's okay. I don't know if you heard. Hey, what's up, Ali? How's it going, man? I would help if I had a PC. Oh, really? Okay. Well, I was wondering, Mighty. Okay, so apparently you're not on PC, right? I was wondering, like, why do your messages not start with an uppercase, right? Did you like? Because from what I understand, most mobile devices, both Android and iOS, have it on by default, where like the keyboard settings have it on by default, where like whenever you start typing a message, the first letter is always like uppercase, right? Or like right after you type a period, like the first letter after that is always an uppercase. Like, I don't know if you specifically went into your keyboard settings and disabled that, I guess. So yeah, anyway, look up the even if you don't notice anything going on, I would still recommend that you like roll back the update and just pause Windows updates for a while, at least until they get a fix for it. Because the damage seems to be like, you know, like one of those things where like the damage is like subtle, that it takes that the damage is subtle, that you are likely not gonna see anything happen now. Just skill cooldown, please. Thank you. It's very similar to, you know, that like Intel problem that's been going that's happened ever since the was it the 12th gen or the 13th gen? either it was the 12th and 13th gen or 13th and 14th gen Intel CPUs. They have some like microcode problems where like what happens is like the CPU like often not all their 13th not all their CPUs, but like especially like it's mostly like the i7s I believe and the i9s. I don't remember specifically if it was the 12th or 12th and 13th gen or the 13th and 14th gen, where like there's like microcode problems, and like what happens is like the CPU like asks for like more voltage than it actually needs, and it's like a very like slow like death by thousand cuts kind of damage until like eventually it'll just like break, and you just will not notice it happening. Hey, what's up, Bavish? What's up, Doms? Yeah, long time no see, man. How you been? How have you been, Bavish? You too. How you been? Guy with the godly luck. Who is the guy with the godly luck? Didn't log into Genshin yesterday, and I don't feel like logging in again. Am I using mobile or PC? Well, obviously nobody can guess that, Ali. Do I need to condense resin? Minus 3 hours. No, okay, I don't need to condense any more resin. Oh, I missed my daily check-in yesterday. Okay, we're good. It was just like that as default lowercase. That's unusual to me. Well, then again, I've never owned an iPhone, but so far every Android phone I've ever owned has always had like the keyboard settings have always been like default, like it automatically uppercase. It turns the first letter of any sentence uppercase. Yeah, that's actually very unusual to me, hearing that like a phone somehow the keyboard setting default doesn't default to like uppercase the first letter of a sentence. King of Yellow and Black who wields good luck. Yellow and Black who wields good luck. Is that a... That sounds like a song thing? Is that a song or a joke that I don't know about? You, who else? You forgot your double 5-star and that wrong person pulls. Oh yeah, yeah. Are they so humble he isn't saying anything? Well, that's okay. That's the thing though, is remember, right? Remember that all of that happened in the span of 1 or 2 months. But that's not just on one account. Remember, this is across 3 different accounts. So 2 instances of like extreme good luck that happened in the time span of 1 to 2 months, that happened across 3 accounts. Sounds like, okay, like it's not unlucky, but I also don't see it as like super lucky. Hang on. Should I save this? No, no. All right. You guys are talking about me, right? Well, I was talking about yeah, like you seem to be on mobile and like it defaults, your phone defaulted to not uppercase the start of the first letter of every sentence. I think that's unusual. Isn't uppercasing the first letter normal? Uh, define normal. Like, what do you mean normal? Like, it's normal, like, people do it because it's grammatically correct? Or, like, normal, are you talking about, like, normal, like, it's common for a phone to have that on by default? I really did something to my keyboard, but I forgot. Oh, okay. Then, yeah. It probably wasn't default then. Has luck on 50-50 wins, but all of them were high pity, even the guaranteed ones. That's not too bad. It's not too bad still. Right, high pity, but 50-50 win. It still averages out to somewhere around like 1 5-star every 73 to 78 pulls, right? Compared to people who lose 50-50 a lot, might have to go to soft pity twice, right? Soft pity loses 50-50, and soft pity again to get their guaranteed. That's 1 5-star, one standard 5-star, or sorry, not standard, one limited 5-star for 150 pulls. Whereas if you win 50-50 every time, then hey, that's like one, even at high pity, that's one every 78 pulls. Or sorry, did I say 78? I mean, like 80, 83 to 87 maybe. Yeah, like say 85 pulls. Right, I'll take like 1 5-star every 85 pulls, then like one every 150 pulls. Any day. Is that the... was the version causing problem? I don't know if I'm using the current one or not. It's... dude, it's all over the internet. Yeah, just look up like... look up Windows 11 update destroying SSDs. Yeah, just look it up. It's all over the internet. Okay, I think I still have it open. I actually... no, okay, I just closed that actually. I just closed mine. I had it open for a sec. I was talking about it earlier when there was no one else here. A couple of minutes ago, about 15 minutes ago. KB50, I'm just trying to remember this off the top of my head. KB50678 something like that. Apparently, even Microsoft has actually acknowledged this. I mean, normal, like, phones, phone does it by default. It balances. Yeah. I've never owned a phone that hasn't had that on by default. I have good luck on earlies, but most of them are 50-50 losses. That's not too bad, right? That's not too bad. It balance. Yeah. But like what Dom says, it balances out. Right? Like, you lose 50-50 a lot, but you get it early, like, somewhat often. Right? You lose 50-50 at, say, 80 pulls, but then you get an early at, like, 15 pulls. So that's still a limited 5-star for, like, 95 or 100 pulls. Still not too bad. My 50-50 win/lose ratio is 8-3. That's not bad. That's pretty good. Chinese symbolism knowledge got overshadowed. What? Someone just said that I know. Okay, this is dream territory, so I'm not gonna read it out. I'm not gonna read it out loud. Spite. Of course, they're not gonna give us a free character, that allows us to easily deal with whatever stupid mechanic they come up with in Nod-Krai to make certain enemies feel annoying to fight. To quote unquote encourage us to pull for the new characters. First, I lose an early 50-50, then go to hard pity on the guarantee. And again, like balances out. It would still, honestly, it would still like best case scenario. The best thing to happen really would still be like, average pity, right? Somewhere around like 80, 83 pity. But like you win your 50-50s very often. That would still be like best case scenario. Like realistic best case scenario. Obviously, like best case scenario is like you do one pull and like, oh, 5-star, win 50-50, awesome, done. If that were, dude, my god, if that were the case, if that were to happen to everyone, could you imagine? Like, even free to plays would have like, like C6 R5 everyone, and they would even have plenty of pulls left to be able to like R5 to have multiple R5 copies of signature weapons. Imagine like one pull gives you the 5-star that you want. Okay, right. I'm gonna do weeklies first. I was thinking of doing the event, like the picture taking event, but yeah, I'm gonna do weeklies first. Chinese symbolism: black signifies heaven and yellow signifies earth. Oh, okay. Well, you guys let me know if anyone here caught that before, like without the need for an explanation. Because I'm not smart enough. Everyone knows I'm not smart enough to get stuff like that without a hand holding, without what? I can't even explain what I'm trying to say without my hand being held and while it's being explained to me. I look it up. It seems like I'm not using the same version. That's causing the problem. Go into your Windows updates. Yeah, Windows, like just press Windows and then like look up what is it called? Update history? Yeah. Update history, and then like it should pop up like view your update history. And then like look. Hey, didn't I? I uninstalled that, right? Oh, okay, good. I was scared because like I looked up I looked it up. I looked at it on mine, and I was scared for a moment, and then it said that I installed it on August 13th, and the update. Okay, so KB 5063878 apparently 3878. I was scared because like it says it still said it said that I installed it there, even though I already uninstalled it yesterday. And then like I scrolled down to uninstall updates, and apparently it's not there anymore. Okay, so we're good. But after you uninstall it, you should definitely pause your updates for a while. Alright, I have is KB. Guess I don't have to revert back. Is that what you see in your update history? I don't know. Like, who knows? It might be. It might be like a past update.
怖いかそれで恐怖を抱く勇気すらない
But then again, like, Microsoft doesn't really roll out all updates at the same time for everyone in every
こ
region.
の燃え上がる炎で
So maybe you haven't gotten it yet.
闇来たる破滅の時なカウントダウン開始
私は帰ってきた。
いいだろう私に挑む資格を認めてやる
Is that Nebula C1? Yes, it is. It is. Alright, see you later. Didn't know RJ stole my title. Your title? What title? Whoa. I was being lazy and like on purpose didn't dash. I saw that the attack was coming, but I was just being lazy.
落日すべて始まりまする
Arlequinos. I don't know why. I'm not attracted to Arlecchino in any way. Like, she looks good, but like that's it. I just think she looks good. Maybe she's just not my type. Like, she definitely is my type to like be like somebody that I wouldn't mind getting into a business deal with. You know? Like, she seems to be like that really smart, but also like honorable like entrepreneur who won't screw you over on a deal. Everyone who likes Arlecchino to be Arle wants to be dominated by her. Okay. Maybe that's why. I guess maybe one other thing that's like turning me off that about Arlecchino that turns me off is like how down bad people are for her. Let me. Boy. Of course it won't die. My young heart loves everyone, RJ. That sounds like a heart that's never been broken before. I guess like well, I guess what I was trying to say is like I think Arlecchino, like her character is respectable. Yeah, maybe that's it. My heart's only set for Navia though. Hey. Hey, what's up, Wrong? How's it going, man? Knowledge by Chinese symbolism got overshadowed again. I give up. Overshadowed sounds like the wrong terminology, man. Because like overshadowed makes me think that like there was somebody in the room who said something like smarter or better. I think the word you're looking for is overlooked. How you doing today? Pretty good, man. Pretty good. The weather was really nice. Weather was really nice. It's been nice and not hot the past 2 or 3 days. Hey, what's up, Critic? How's it going, man? I hope I pronounced your name correctly. Dahlia, fun. Problem is Dahlia not giving him a third Void Rift. Sorry, what third Void Rift you mean? Dahlia does make Skirk feel a lot more fun. Just like just attacking faster makes it feel more fun. Would have been really nice if I had C6, but you know. Is the stream watchable now? No. Not just yet. Not just yet, Ali. Not just yet. In a sec. In a sec. It seems in 6.1, Nefer and Arle might come, some leaks say. Well, Arle? Oh. Okay. I'm interested. I've actually been looking to get Arlecchino C1. C2 would be nice, but I'll be okay. I'll be happy with C2, C1. Anyway, hey, what's up, Zhongli? How's it going, man? Kritik, to answer your question, and so I can finally just start addressing the title of this stream. So is Chasca worth it right before Nod-Krai? I don't think so. Like, there might be something that I might not be that I might be overlooking, but the fact is that Chasca is she's an animal character, right? But she's not your typical animal character. She's sort of like an animal character that cares about petch elements. Petch, being pyro, electro, cryo, and hydro. Cares about petch elements and um just just judging from what Ineffa does right? Like augments um she augments electrocharge, and electrocharge has hydro and cryo, just hydro and cryo in it together, right? And according to rumors, Ineffa is gonna be a good support for Flins, right? So that makes us think that okay, I guess he's an electrocharged DPS. Okay, so electrocharge, what do we need? We just need a hydro and cryo. Okay, hydro and cryo are both petch elements, sure. So maybe Chasca might still be good in even in Nod-Krai. But there are also other rumors about what's her name? Lauma? Yeah, about Lauma being a bloom character, and apparently she augments blooms in a similar way to how Nilou does it, right? Where like Nilou augments blooms because of her kit, and Bloom doesn't really care anything about. Yeah, Bloom doesn't really care about what's it called? Oh, sorry, not Bloom, but like Bloom means that there's Dendro, and obviously Chasca cannot interact with Dendro in any way. The only way that she, I guess, can interact with Dendro is like if you have a Hydro and an Electro character on the team, then like her normal attacks will deal Electro damage. And I don't know the AoE on those things, if those even can hit blooms, or like we don't. At least I don't know. I don't know how Lauma's like special blooms are gonna work, right? But whatever potential interaction Chasca can have with what the Nod-Krai stuff seems is seemingly going to be, according to like Ineffa's kit so far, is gonna be very copium. Like just barely usable. Plus the fact that I've been hearing rumors of Nod-Krai's DPS ceiling going up again. Well, probably not the DPS ceiling, but maybe like the DPS average. Yeah, it's like the language, like the wording that I'm hearing from different people seems to hint at the DPS average, not necessarily the ceiling, but the DPS average seems to be, at least like according to rumors, seems to be that it's gonna go up again in Nod-Krai. And Chasca, even on like when Chasca was like brand new, she already wasn't a top tier damage dealer. Now, she, don't get me wrong, she was good. Right, she wasn't bad. She just wasn't anywhere near top tier. Is someone good in 6.0? According to rumors, apparently rumors say that we're gonna have Flins and Lauma in 6.0. And according to what people are saying about Flins, he seems to be on par with Varka. At least that's, yeah. Again, unofficial information, just rumors. Rumors and hearsay. Rumors and hearsay. Lauma, though, seems to be, I don't know, like, everything that I'm hearing about Lauma makes me think Nilou 2.0. Nod-Krai version Nilou. That's basically what I'm hearing about Lauma, is that she is a different Nilou. A different Nilou made for Nod-Krai. That is essentially what I'm hearing about her. Oh, it's very good F2P to use, so she is F2P friendly. Bad news for Nahida owners, Lama's power creep. Oh. Answer your question. Off-field cryo, damage. Void Drift. Dahlia doesn't do that. That's why you only... Oh, okay. That's what you were talking about. Yeah, because the fact that Dahlia doesn't do off-field. You generate Void Drifts as... from what I remember, you generate it every time you do a freeze reaction. So... Yeah, I guess what you're saying is that because Dahlia doesn't do any off-field, then it's really only Nahida and your 2 cryo characters that are generating Void Drifts in the team. Wow, can we even... Okay. Now, I have to say, the... what's it called? The reshape thing? While good, right? Like, while, like, it's... On paper, it seems like it is nothing but good. It does actually have its drawbacks too. RJ, are you EU? No, I'm on the NA server, Bell. Hey, Bell, is that you? Bell Cranell? For those of you who get that, say A. C1 Arlet does not double damage. What did C1 Arlecchino do again? Oh, yeah, no. C1 Arlecchino is like additional damage, but definitely not double. Additional damage, but definitely not double. It's a significant amount of damage, but no, nowhere near double. Plus, interruption resistance. I was hoping you could check my EU Kachina. Just in case you didn't know about this, Bell, there is a thing called Genshin Impact. Like, if you're on PC, like, go ahead and like Google it right now. So it doesn't actually matter what server someone is on. Like, just using Google Genshin Impact, Google Impact, Genshin Impact. Anyone will be able to look up anyone's account regardless of what server it's on. Anyway, yeah, so like the drawbacks that the reshape thing has, like one of the and most annoying for me is the fact that, hang on, let me raise this one first. This sucks. This sucks even more. If this keeps rolling crit, this is gonna suck really bad. Okay. Oh, this is awful. Okay. The fact that... Darn it. It's not... I can't throw that away. It's not bad. I wish it was better, but it's not bad. Okay, whatever. I'm just gonna... I'm gonna lock it. Okay. Okay, so here's like the downside about the reshape system is because of the reshape system, right? So normally I would just trash this, right? Normally I would just trash this and I instantly have like plus 20 levels of 5-star artifact experience right here. And I'd just be able to just straight up level this to like plus 18, I believe, right? But because of the reshape thing, now I'm inclined to keep this thing until I can and or feel like I have to reshape this thing. Tell me where to find it. I'm dumb. Just like what Dom says, like just go on Google and just type the words Genshin and then Enka, like Enka. Damn Machi, I remember now. Peak anime. Hey, somebody gets it. Somebody gets it. Belle Cronell. Yep. Bro didn't realize I got the reference. Oh man, you said Kachina. Why is your Kachina on Golden Troop? You said look at your Kachina? I'm looking at it right now, by the way. That's why I'm not doing anything in the game. OS2, no fair. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'm confused. What did you want us to look at? Oh wait, this is dude, you're AR45. Hang on. Okay, I think this is definitely worth showing. It's a very, very young account. Probably somewhere between like 3 to 4 or maybe 5 months old. There it is. Okay, seeing that ruined my mood. Anyone can be DPS. Oh no, don't say that, Peaches. No. I mean, when you're in endgame and you have a lot of like, you don't need to have every single like character, right? But when you have a lot of characters, when you have specifically like the 5 stars that allow you to make anyone into a DPS, like Farina, C6 Bennett, uh, Jian Yun, Shenhe. Right? Like, once you have plenty of characters like that, then sure, quote unquote, anyone can be a DPS. I believe been playing Genshin for so long, but I don't have a single wid set. What? Is that even possible? Wow, that's yikes. I mean, I don't know like how bad that is, and because like so far, okay, I've been lucky enough to I have raised Widsith on one of my accounts. Yeah, I have raised it on one of my accounts. I remember using it for a little bit. But this was like the time when I had I wouldn't say no idea what I was doing. I this was like when I started to have some idea of like what I was doing. I started with some idea of like how to use characters, how to put teams together and stuff, like synergies and stuff. Um But since then, I haven't used Widsith. since then, like I don't know how many Widsiths I even have. But I don't feel too bad about not having Widsith. Like if I didn't have Widsith now in 2025, I wouldn't feel too bad about it. The plunge wheelchair now is Bennett, Xingqiu, and Citlali. Oh yeah, because like melt. Hey, what's up, Naya? Naya? Am I supposed to read that as Naya? Naya sauce? Wheelchair Kachina. Well, remember, guys. Look. This is an AR45 account, so this is a very, very new account. Like, look, see, like the guy has one limited 5-star, right? And it's not even a damage dealer. It's a support. Okay. So Bell. First of all, just to hopefully help you save your resources, right? Especially because you're a very, very new player. It is, as we can see, your resources, your Mora, your XP books, your resin, like all your resources are super, super limited right now. So just in the interest of helping you spend your resources efficiently. Just like what, I don't know if you saw it earlier. Wrong person said Kachina is not a DPS. Kachina is not a DPS. She is not. In fact, like she is not even a character that is like worth building long term. So, I don't know like who else you have on your account. Like obviously, like I could see these characters, but I don't know if you have anyone else on your account. I'm a Kachina main. Well, remember, Bill, you're a new player. Okay, here's the thing. You can. Okay, what who was it? I think it was Peaches. Yeah, Peaches earlier said anyone can be a DPS. And technically Peaches is not wrong. Technically, yeah, Peaches is not wrong. But the only way you can make anyone, even the worst, even the weakest characters in the game into a DPS is if you have certain things. So and the certain things that I'm talking about. So, first of all, when you have artifacts that have really, really good stats, that's one thing that you need, but also takes like years to actually attain. Right, and when I say years, I mean like literal, like real world years, because it's gonna take you quite a while to get really, really good artifacts that are able to make anyone, even the worst characters, into a good damage dealer. Number two, you need certain characters. Yeah, you need certain characters. Like, for example, okay, you have one. You have one of them. So that's one. That's good. And as, I don't know if you saw that earlier, earlier said, so okay, I don't know if you're seeing this, but like I've mentioned the word wheelchair. These guys in chat have mentioned the word wheelchair, right? So the term wheelchair. I have 100K. Oh, 100K. Ah, okay. Hey, you know what? Hey, Bill, cool. That's okay. You know what? Sorry. I haven't. So that's what you meant by 100K by 15K. You were talking about AR XP. Oh, that's pretty cool. Dude, Bell, you know what? I haven't seen anyone. Hey, what's up, Noxious? I haven't seen anyone else other than myself like do that, or at least like talk about them doing that. Deep put on Citlali. That is actually a strategy. Just in case, for those of you who aren't familiar, but what Belle is doing. So she's said that she has what the oh, I got kicked out of the domain. I got timed out. I still oh man, I still have two. Gotta go back in there. So anyway, oh hey, what's up, Lindsay? How's it going, man? In case for those who missed it, Belle has said twice that she's at 100k over 15k XP, and what she's talking about is her AR XP, is her adventure rank XP. This thing, and when you get to AR45, your denominator here, right? Obviously, like fractions, right? Your numerator and your denominator. Your denominator here is at 15,350 or 15,450, I believe. And it's either 15,350 or 15,450, somewhere around that. And you can actually decide to stay at AR45. That even when you max out your AR XP at AR45, you will not proceed to AR46 because you need to do your world level ascension quest, right? In this domain in Mondstadt. You need to take your world level ascension quest for your world level to increase from world level 7. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're at world level 7 at AR45. For your world level to increase from world level 7 to world level 8. Now, so what the world level does is this increases or decreases this decides the level of like monsters that are out in the open world, including bosses, like world bosses. It does not include the level of monsters in domains and weekly bosses, because those have their own thing. The only weekly boss that is affected by world level is Boreas, because he is not in a domain, he's in the open world. And so by staying at world level 7 and not taking your ascension quest immediately, after you max out your AR XP at AR45, you will then be able to remain at world level 7 for as long as you want. And what that does is, if you feel like your characters and your teams aren't particularly strong enough yet, right? Like you feel like fights take too long, or like if your fights in the open world take too long, or like they're annoying, or it's a little too hard for you, then just don't take your world level ascension quest yet, because what that's going to do is that's going to make the open world even harder for you if you are having that problem. Plus, there is very little to basically no benefit from going from world level 7 to world level 8. The only benefit you get is like the small chance of oh man, I remember, dude, I was actually like 4 years ago, I was actually going to make a video on this. I started doing research, and then at some point, man, I don't remember what happened, but like something happened. I hit a wall, and then I just got tired, and then I was like, I don't know. It just never happened. In fact, I still have some of the screenshots that I was planning. Some of the screenshots and some B-roll that I recorded 4+ years ago. No. That wasn't 4 years ago. That was more like 3 years ago. Sorry, 2 or 3 years ago. that I was planning to include in my video, and I just never ended up finishing it. Yeah, and at this point, I doubt I'm gonna be able to finish it, especially because like nowadays it's not as relevant anymore. It would still be definitely helpful to some casual players, but for those who know what they're doing, like it's really not gonna matter, right? But for those who are like super casual, or like this is their first gotcha game, this is their like first this kind of game, and like they have no idea what they're doing, and they don't have anyone to help to anyone they can ask for help from, or like they don't know because like they don't know anything about the game just yet, so like they don't even know where to begin to like do research on like how to make their account stronger, how to make how to deal with certain enemies, and make certain fights a lot easier. It definitely could help out those kinds of players, but I don't hear from or or see those kinds of players anymore. Like, I'm sure there are plenty of them out there, but most of the time, those kinds of players are like not online. Like, I mean, obviously, like everyone's on the internet nowadays, but like they don't engage with the rest of the Genshin community. They don't engage with the rest of the they don't engage with the loud minority of the Genshin community, because like the majority of the Genshin community is like the silent majority, you know, like the part of the community who probably doesn't even know that there's like a lot of online content for Genshin. World level is 2 match chances. Yeah. Okay, that is exactly it, Arshesni. Yeah, you're right. That was what I was trying to remember earlier. Yeah, like at world level 8, you then have a small chance, a very small chance of getting three materials, three like boss materials. But the chance is still really low. So it's barely an upgrade. Especially because you're making every other fight harder, not just the bosses. Okay. Anyway, I'm sure like you showed us your Kachina bell because you wanted help. Okay. So first of all, I understand why you went for Golden Troop, because like, are her plunges considered skill damage? I actually don't know. Aren't they considered plunge damage? Can I get confirmation on that? Can somebody confirm that for me? I actually don't know. Those aren't plunges, it's just attack animation. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. So apparently it is skill damage. Okay, so yeah, I get it. I understand why you went for Golden Troop. Okay, here's the thing, Bell. So I understand that for Golden Troops says, right? I understand that for... What character do I have in Golden Troop? You? No. Farina? Yeah, okay, there. Alright, Farina. I understand that 4-piece Golden Troop says... even 2-piece Golden Troop says 20% skill damage, and 4-piece Golden Troop says 25% skill damage, and when you're not on the field, skill damage plus another 25%, right? But okay, I guess that Kachina can be off field, so like she can like her thing will like tick off field. But the thing is, like, when you're on the field, where like you said, you are a quote-unquote Kachina main, most likely you are on fielding Kachina, so you're really only benefiting from this and from this. And I understand that the set effect says this, right? But the thing is, this set effect, it's not useless, but it might as well be useless if you don't have the stats for it. Like the number one most important stuff that you need to make a character do damage in Genshin is so like for in Kachina's case, she's an attack scaler. Her well, no. She's a defense scaler. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, she's a defense scaler. So in Kachina's case, you want defense, crit rate, and crit damage. Okay, you have crit damage. You have no crit rate. Well, I obviously there's 11 there, but 11% crit rate means that out of every 10 attacks you do, only one of them is gonna crit, which means this crit damage stat is useless 9 times out of your 10 attacks. Right? So like crit rate is very important. So like I said, defense, whatever stat the character that you want to make do damage scales off of say for example in Yanfei's case, she is an attack scaler, so of course you would want attack on her. In Kachina's case, she's a defense scaler, so you would want defense on her. So crit rate and crit damage. EM completely useless on her. Right? Just because you have a 4-piece set of an artifact set does not mean that you're actually doing good damage if your stats if you don't have any stats. So more crit. Yes, more crit. So here's the thing, right? So remember what I said? 11% crit rate means that 9 times out of 10 you are not critting. Therefore, the crit damage stat is useless because if you're not critting, then of course it's not crit damage. It's just damage. So what you want to do first is you want your character to actually be able to crit. And actually be able to crit often. So your first goal is to try to get not just Kachina's, but any character that you want to make do damage. Okay? Any character that you want to make do damage. Your first goal is to get your crit rate to somewhere close to 50%. Because at the very least, once you get to 50%, that means, like on average, that is you're critting every other hit. Right? So, and the thing is, like even with no artifacts, right? Okay, let's go back to here. Let me find some of my ungeared characters. Do I even... Okay, yeah. Ungeared characters, right? Even an ungeared character has base stats. They have 5% crit rate. They have 50 crit damage, right? So for example, if I equip this character with 0 crit damage, right? If I have no crit damage at all on any of my stuff, but I get Sethos here to 100% crit rate, that means that every single time, every single hit I do is gonna crit, which means this 50 crit damage, no matter how little it is, I'm still actually able to take advantage of it. Right? I'm still getting 50% more damage because all my damage is critting. So I'm not saying to ignore your crit damage. I'm just saying when your stats are still super, super low, prioritize crit rate. Like try to get it to like 50%. And then once you cross 50%, then you can start getting crit damage. Say that to my 97 crit rate Navia. 97 crit rate Navia. You probably might be critting. I feel like your skills, Navia's skill is still gonna crit like one every other hit. Like only every other Navia skill is gonna crit, even at 97% crit rate, just because it's Navia. What do you need help with specifically, Zhongli? 6, 9, 7, 5, 2. Yeah. I don't really like do account reviews. The only reason why I'm even looking at Belle's account here is because she clearly needs help, and we are trying to help her out. Yeah, we're trying to help her out. She clearly needs help, and we're trying to help her out. Eula needs at least 200 crit. Pretty sure child misses even at 100. Yo, Zhongli, bro. Do you need help with anything specific? If you do, then like, sure, I'll take a look at it right now, and like maybe we could help you out with anything. Yeah, but I don't actually like do account reviews. Just just for the fun of like looking at somebody else's account. It takes up too much time because I yap too much. That's not your fault though. I understand. That's completely my fault. But hey, I'm just avoiding my own problems. Hey, what's up, Shinrin? Loki need not entertaining account review pinned chat. Unfortunately, we can only pin one thing. Yeah, but that's all right. I don't mind telling people. Not everyone like, dude. I'm not big enough. I'm not a big enough streamer to have like hundreds of people saying like, oh, review my account, like spamming, just like chat just going up like review my account. Here's my ID. No, obviously there's usually like one or two people asking. Again, so again, Belle, when your stats are like super low, like in your case right now, you can just completely ignore set effects like early on, like in your case right now. Your priority is to get your crit rate and crit damage in order. Yeah, your first priority is to get your crit rate and crit damage in order. Now, once you can get once you can get to the point where you have like say like 50 crit rate and like 110 crit damage. Once you get to that point, then you can start trying to like put together the same crit rate, crit damage and an actual set effect. Right, and when I say a set effect, I mean like, yeah, like if you can, like once you get to like 50% crit rate, like 100 or 110 crit damage, then you can start thinking about like trying to maintain that crit ratio, and have like 2-piece golden troop or even 4-piece golden troop if you can maintain the same crit ratio. So ideally, you want to have attack percent here, or sorry, what attack percent? No, defense percent. Defense percent here. Geo damage over here. I guess defense percent's okay too, but yeah, defense percent here. Like these are called main stats. These are called main stats here. So defense percent main stat on your sands. This is called the sands. This is called the goblet. This is circlet. A geo damage here ideally. If you don't have any, then like defense percent, and then of course crit rate or crit damage here. But very early on, you're probably gonna want this to be crit rate. And again, these things over here are called substats. So like we said, this one's pretty okay, actually. Whoa, dude, these two. These two are okay. Okay, well, I mean, like, judging from these two, apparently you know how to farm for artifacts. You know how to pick artifacts. I have to go, but thanks for the help. Hey, anything to help, Bill? Anything to help? A new-ish. Well, you're not really new, but anything to help anyone. You know, like anything to help Genshin players so that they are less likely to quit the game. the more, yeah, the more people we have in the community, the better. Because like we actually have more people to talk to. I'm sorry to leave. He's talking. I feel bad. No. You just go, dude. You are not obliged to like stay just because I'm still talking. You know, like it's it's the internet, man. It's the internet. Anyway, yeah. Thanks for coming by, man. Thanks for coming by. I hope like I hope we got to help you in some way. Take care. Take care. Bye.
探索に挑戦。冒険者の生活はどうやら性に合っているようだ。
I think I'm done. Oh yeah, I gotta do this event in a bit, but I'm not done with. Oh yeah, that's right. Okay. How many primos do you have? Basically nothing. Yeah, barely anything. I just pulled for Citlali a little while ago. Apparently, I also got Ineffa. That was a thing. Only on one of my accounts though, not on all of them. But hey, I barely have anything right now, really, primo wise. Almost 20 of this account pulls. That was the most I had. That was the most I had. My first account is bone dry. My third account is bone dry. This is my third account. Oh wow, I'm actually surprisingly close to a 10 pull, but you know, might as well be bone dry. Especially because I'm very low. I'm at very low pity right now. That barely nothing is barely reachable from your gym. You know, I've okay. Am I? This often happens to me. Like 50% of the time. By the time that I rotate back to Mavuika, the enemy has pyro on them instead of cryo. Come on. Come on. Make this hit, thank you. It actually hit him. Savor it for me. I just realized I already won't understand it. Yeah, nope. No idea what that means. I haven't gone under 10k in a while. Hey, nice, man. Dude, Peaches, I haven't gone above 10k in a while. So, we have something in common, you know? Something. Not the whole sentence, but at least, like, something from that sentence. We have something in common. Bennett applies pyro on yourself. Touch the enemy. Mavuika is E cleared remaining cryo. Wait, what? Hang on. Bennett, Pyro applies Pyro on yourself, and you touch the enemy in Mavuika E? Cleared remaining cryo. What do you mean? I touched the enemy? It's not like... What? What do you mean? Just because I'm like pyroed doesn't mean that if I bump into an enemy, it'll put pyro on them, right? That's not how it works, right? I've always thought that it was just like the timings of like when Mawika's off-field E ticks. I've always thought that it was just timing. Like I just have a bad timing, right? Especially because obviously I'm on high ping. I'm on like 200 ping. 200 ping is like my minimum. Don't use Mavuika E before. Yeah, but like I need to use Mavuika E, right? To generate particles for Bennett to help him get energy for the next rotation. And as well as to build fighting spirit. Because I don't have C1 Mavuika. So I need to use I need to use Mavuika E, Citlali E, and Xilona E to max out Mavuika's fighting spirit. But back look like that. One thing I'll say is click Alt on her. Click Alt? Sorry, what do you mean by click Alt? You mean like Alt switch so that she ults right away, or like what do you mean? Is your cap bugged? Yeah, maximum artifacts? No, it's not bugged. When you farm artifacts in a domain, they still put it into your artifact inventory. Like if you go over the maximum. But obviously after you've gone over the maximum, they won't let you claim the next one anymore. Alt switch? Yeah, I always do that. Well, maybe not always, because I don't know why. I think it's because my ping is high, but it doesn't always work. Yeah, some like most no, actually, you know what? Maybe not most of the time. It works about probably somewhere around 65 or 70% of the time. Yeah, and so and because it's like because of like the timing thing, most of the time I don't alt switch, because like when I switch to Mavuika, I have to pay attention to whether or not the enemy in front of me has cryo on them before I burst on Mavuika. I have to like slow down. I have to slow down and like wait for like cryo. Okay, Q. Why don't you just salvage? Arshesny, that's... I salvaged for a little while, and then Ali, I don't think he's here anymore. I don't think he's here in chat anymore, but Ali pointed out an important detail about salvaging artifacts. So when you salvage artifacts, you get this stuff, right? And the thing about when you have this stuff is when you... Okay, I'm gonna upgrade an artifact. Okay, there, right? When you upgrade an artifact... So with artifacts, you only get like the maximum, right? Like, which is like 15 or something, I think. Yeah, 15, right? And so, okay, from +0 to +4, okay, you instantly like go to +4. Okay, right? And okay, right there, I got a ×2, and which is cool, right? Which is fine. That was good. But if that happens, like for example, if I... Okay, oh, right there, I got a +5. If I got a ×5 at like when I'm going from +12 to +16, and I got a ×5 bonus, right? Using like the elixirs or whatever they're called. I would actually be wasting some artifact XP because like a lot of it, a lot of like the times 2 or the times 5, I wouldn't actually have been able to take advantage of because it went over plus 20. Is that a Farina piece I see? Wait, which one? This one? It's okay. I'm sure I have a much better one. It could be. It's an HP thing. Sure, it could be. It could be. Very low rolls, though. Very low rolls. Like, look at this. This is plus 16, right? Obviously, this is not 2 rolls of crit damage. Obviously, this is 3 rolls of crit damage. And if you divide 16 divided 0.3 divided by 3, if you divide that by 3, right? Because obviously, again, this cannot be 2 rolls. Because 2 max crit damage rolls is 7.8 plus 7.8. They turn out to be like 15.5, I think. Yeah, I don't know. Like it's a rounding thing. It's like a decimal thing. It doesn't actually total to like 15.6. It totals to like 15.5. Right? So obviously this is above 15.5, which means this is 3 rolls. And if we divide that by 3, this is on average 5.4. Right? This is a 5.4 roll. Each roll was 5.4 crit damage. And 5.4 is like, what is that? Is that the lowest? Yeah, it is the lowest. The lowest possible crit damage roll. Okay, crit rate. Right, crit rate. Obviously, this cannot be 3 rolls. Hang on, can it be 3 rolls? 3 point, because max crit rate roll is 3.9. And if we times 3 that, okay, 11.7. Oh wow, that actually can be 3 max rolls. I actually don't know anymore. I wasn't paying attention when I upgraded this thing. Waste her entire ult cryo app and wait for her E to apply cryo instead. You waste her entire ult cryo app and wait for her E to apply cryo instead. Yeah, but then like I'm doing that because I don't see cryo on the enemy after I burst on Citlali. That's why I wait. That's why I wait for her E to tick, because not all the time, but sometimes, sometimes her the enemy doesn't have cryo on it after I burst on Citlali. And I've never really like looked up footage of me like fighting an enemy with this Mavuika team to like frame by frame it. I've never like I'm assuming you're doing that right now. Like you're going back in the stream and like frame by framing it, like checking for timings. But at least to me, it really feels like the timing. It's just a timing thing of like when Mavuika's like off-field E, like sunstrikes, are hitting the enemies in relation to like when I'm hitting the enemy with Citlali E and Citlali Q. And again, it varies a lot because I'm at high ping. My ping can be anywhere from 200 to 230. And sometimes, even if the ping doesn't look like, oops, that's not the right team. Even if my ping isn't like varying, it's not going up and down. Sometimes there are like occasional like hiccups in, I don't know, somewhere in the network. That sometimes like I'll feel like, oh, that character switch felt a little longer than usual.
それ恐怖を抱く勇気すらないか。私と打ち合う気か。この燃え上がる炎で少しはまともになった。闇来たる破滅の時のカウントダウン開始だ。
Benny QE, Zillonen. That's another thing too. Like, sometimes too. Sometimes I also make a mistake. Now, it doesn't happen very often, but sometimes I accidentally click. Like when I'm. Sometimes when I'm on Zillonen, I'll accidentally click before I press E. And the problem with that is because my Bennett C6, before I press E on Zillonen, obviously Zillonen's a melee character, and with Bennett C6, she's gonna attack the enemy with a pyro normal attack. So it's like one more like pyro application somewhere along the whole rotation, and sometimes I notice that messes it up. But I don't want to draw the conclusion yet. Yeah, it's like, what do you mean by you're not supposed to be able to see it? What do you mean, like, there's like a hidden cryo thing on the enemy? I highly doubt that, because every single time that I did not see a cryo aura on the enemy before I pressed Mavuika ult, it's like the damage has clearly been a non-melt. Hey, what's up? Han. I'm sorry, man. I hope. I'm very sure I completely mispronounced your name. Yeah, how you doing, man? Oops. We're good. No, I did not hit anything with that Dahlia E. Oh, I should not have Farina bursted there. Catch those particles. Draw to conclusion that it's your hesitation. I don't think that messes it up, RJ. Oh, you haven't seen it happen. You haven't seen it happen. And when I said, so I said that like sometimes I accidentally normal attack on Zillonen like before I press E on her. Most of the time it's when like I have like all the like SFX set to highest, like I have right now, because like I just cannot see what is going on the screen. Sometimes I won't notice that I haven't pressed E on Zillonen yet. And I'll be like normal attacking, and like I'm looking for like, I don't know what it is I'm looking for, like I could just feel that I'm, when Zillonen does her thing, I could just feel it. I don't know. I don't know what I'm looking for. I'm not actually like visually paying attention to like the bar thing that shows up when after she presses her skill, but I'm looking for something, some kind of like visual indication. Oops. Some kind of visual indication, and when I don't get that visual indication, I'll just keep on normal attacking on Zillonen. So sometimes I'll be I'll have done like 3 or 4 normal attacks on Zelonin, like with pyro infused melee attacks, because I didn't notice that I haven't pressed E yet, or like it did press E but like somehow it didn't register because like maybe the character switch like lagged for a little bit, and it took a little longer than usual, or sometimes like my audio will be off because like I'm working while I'm playing the team. I'm working, so I'll turn Genshin audio completely off, and oh yeah, okay, I guess that's it. It's an audio cue is what I'm looking for. It's that like what is it called? Like the DJ like that thing, audio cue that I'm waiting for when Zelonin does her thing, and it's that I'm waiting for. And when I have audio completely turned off, I don't hear that, so I don't actually ever notice. You did the Zelonin NA after doing the E, it will mess it up. Sometimes I do that too. Yeah, sometimes I won't notice that like I've already normal attacked. I've already like procced Zelonin's skill. Yeah, it doesn't happen very often, but it does sometimes happen. Like sometimes like when I'm like for example, when I'm streaming and I'm yapping. So sometimes I won't notice. I won't be paying attention. Waiting cannot be a solution because Mavuika E lasts longer than your rotating time. Yes, yes, and sometimes Mavuika E even outlasts Bennett Burst, depending on how poorly I did everything. The moment you ult, you cancel off your pyro, and your goal is to do that as fast as you can. Yeah, yeah, okay. Yeah, yeah, alright. And that was something that I had in mind. Like, I was kind of thinking, like, when I press Q, do her, like, sunstrikes disappear? Or, like, do her sunstrikes stop happening? That was kind of something that I had in mind. And even if that's the case, that was, like, one of the things that I thought about. And I thought, like, if that's the case, then it's still... What's the word I'm looking for? It still could be the case of, like, the timing thing. Of when her sunstrikes, well, strike. Because right before I'm able to, like, switch to Mavuika and burst, right? What if, like, ping inconsistencies, whatever, right? Again, I have high ping. What if I get, like, one extra sunstrike right before I was able to alt switch to Mavuika? And I'm pretty sure that's what happens often to me. And obviously it's not gonna be always because of like ping inconsistencies. Like I'm just very thankful that I somehow of all the experiences I've had with internet service, with my personal internet service, when I was a kid, like all the way back then to like the DSL days, not even fiber optics, DSL days, I've been like lucky enough to have experienced like very consistent internet, even like despite my internet a long time ago being super slow at like half a megabyte of download speed. It was super consistent, and even now, the only time I've ever experienced like inconsistent inconsistent like ping or latency has been like when I was either on mobile data, like, or on mobile data, like, and I'm not in the middle of the city, or like at my cousin's place in Manila, because it was like quite some distance away from the city. It wasn't the countryside, but because there were like so many houses there, it was more like a budget suburb, something like that. They're definitely not slums. No, definitely not slums, but more like a very, very budget suburb. Infrastructure there just wasn't great. So latency was very well, I don't want to say very, but like somewhat inconsistent. Somewhat inconsistent. But other than that, like all my experience with internet service providers has been like very fairly consistent. I guess Genshin, I do have inconsistency, and I'm pretty sure that's not because of my internet. I'm pretty sure that's just because I'm an idiot. I'm in Asia and I went on the North America server, so I'm pretty sure that's the reason why. Sunstrike might happen while you're swap lagging. Yep, that is it. That was like the thing I had in mind. Sometimes, and I have seen that happen before. When I swap,
じゃあ行くよ絶妙よ契約を果たせ悪用の
when I swap, sometimes like even as I'm in my burst animation, I'll notice that like there was like a sunstrike hitting the enemy, and sometimes like I'll swap. And like I said, it won't like I'll alt swap and it won't work. And then I have to press Q manually. Hey, what's up, Sino? Why is there what did your name always have a question mark? I don't remember that being there. Sino?
口封じは任せたからね
Oops. Oh, okay. See that one enemy did not have cry on it. Okay, now granted that was after that set of enemies spawned after Citlali burst. Oh, another thing that oh, okay, that's attack. Okay, another thing too is how many donuts? Yeah, how many Mavuika donuts do you all usually melt after the initial burst hit?
悪用の力を思い知りなさい
Okay, I don't think I have resin anymore. Oh, I do. One more. Usually melt 2 or 3. Or none. Or none. If it doesn't mess up for me, like if it doesn't mess up, like if I'm as long as if it melts the initial hit, then I'm almost always able to melt 2. But it also depends, because like sometimes Citlali's like E tick, it has like a somewhat different. I don't even know if it's like a timing thing. It doesn't tick right at the moment when I can start doing donuts. Sometimes I have to wait for like a split second. Like after Mavuika's like initial burst hit, sometimes I'll have to wait for like a split second before I start doing donuts. And like if as long as I do that right, then I'm almost always able to do 2 melts. I don't think I've ever gotten 3 before, but 2 is definitely like 90% of the time. Oh. No. 2 solutions? Sure. What is it? That's why I never use Mavuika E. Once I get Mavuika C1, then I could probably easily do a full rotation without doing Mavuika E. And then like all my problems would just suddenly disappear. Because I think Bennett E is no, sorry, not Bennett E. Bennett's energy situation is fine. No. Yeah, I don't think it'll work without pressing Mavuika E. Yeah, even with 250 energy, you know what? Let me try it. I'm gonna try it. Not pressing like how much energy Bennett will have if I don't ever use Mavuika E. Cause like first rotation, sure, right? When everyone has their energy, sure. Second rotation onward, I highly doubt it. I've seen someone get 5 melts, dude. That's crazy. Well, they probably had to do like animation cancels. For me, I just spam. I just spam. This is cringe. It's okay. At least there are no element things. Sure. Okay. I guess I could do it. There are no elemental restrictions, so I guess it's not a problem. Instead of tapping E, hold E and dash. Hold E on Mavuika and dash, so that her off-field pyro ends. Off-field pyro ends by the time you swap to Citlali. What? See? EQ N1 before swap burst. I do sometimes do that. Like sometimes I'll notice that like, okay, even all right, after I press E, even after I EQ on Citlali, like I'll see that like I did not see the enemy ever have cryo on it even for a split second, and I'll be like, oh man, okay, like I'll do a couple of normal attacks on Citlali before I swap. It's very cringe. But, you know, it's something. Instead of tapping E, hold E and dash. Her off-field pyro ends by the time you stop Citlali. EQ N1, not a couple. Yeah, I know. I do a couple. I do a couple. Like it's most of the time it's when I'm like, ugh, here we go again. I'm just exasperated because it hasn't worked. Like maybe like 2 times in a row, and I'm just exasperated and I'm like, ugh, whatever. They had Mavuika, Ganyu, Kaya, Ganyu, Kaya, and Venti on their team. That's a lot of cryo. Hold E and dash is to consume the Night Soul faster. Oh, okay. So her like sun strikes will finish faster. Will end sooner, rather. Sounds like it's extending the rotation a little bit, but I think that's okay. Yeah, I think that's okay because yeah, you know what? No. Yeah, it is extending the rotation, but not by a lot. Probably like what is it? Like less than a second? A second max, I guess. Yeah, I guess that doesn't sound too bad. Why did I? What? I didn't burst on Bennett. I'm an idiot. Okay, that definitely was okay. Okay, let's do a few more rotations. Rotations. Okay, and Bennett. 250 energy. Doable. But I didn't even Bennett either. That would have been a lot better if I Bennett E'd. Oh, okay. That wasn't, I just realized I went with a 20 ER card. Okay, so let's try EQ. Okay, I caught some particles in there. But then there's still the fighting spirit problem. Okay. E. Oops. Okay, rotate. Finish the rotation. Bennett E. Q. Oops. I wasn't able to catch Bennett particles there. Okay, but yeah, Mavuika's fighting spirit is not maxed. If I never ever use... Okay, and when I mess up like that, like I get staggered after I press Bennett E, then I don't have any energy. Mavuika's E is non-negotiable. It would be at C1. I think it would be at C1, but non-C1, absolutely not. You lose too much damage. You lose too much damage for something that you could just click retry on. Is this fully unlocked yet? I hope it is. I'll be real here, so I don't care about teams at all. Hey, good on you, mate. I'm happy for you that you are able to... You are in a situation where you are able to just not care about teams at all and somehow clear all the content. I'd refrain from getting C1 if they're having that issue. Really? I don't actually know if C1 does other stuff. All I know is that C1 makes it easier. No, like it increases how much fighting spirit. No, it increases her max fighting spirit and like how quickly she gains fighting spirit. But I don't know if it does other stuff. There's a lot of effort for one woman. Well, hey, some women are worth it. Pyro use a skill. Designated area is where? Oh, it's right here. What? What is all of this? I don't remember this being a thing in the past. Switch to camera tracking mode. Each camera will follow your movements within a certain range. Zhongli, Ifa, Kaya, and Deluxe. And Sino, how far can you clear Onslaught with that team? C1 extends nitrile duration, makes harder to control, Pyro app, off field. Is there a reason why I have to use her E every rotation? Other than to help max out Fighting Spirit? I don't play by myself, so I don't know. I'm assuming you're playing Onslaught in co-op, Sino? And the fact that you're playing in co-op means that you are only clearing difficulty 1, 2, and or 1 and or 2 and or 3. Is my assumption right? No Fighting Spirit, even if with C1 if you skip her. Really? Zilonan and Citlali together are not enough to max out Fighting Spirit, even with C1? Gain's not huge and raises the ceiling too. Yeah, it does raise the ceiling. Raises the ceiling. The gain isn't tiny, but it's also not big. I don't care about the other difficulties, so yes. Oh, okay. What is this thing? Camera tracking mode. I'm moving the camera. What is the difference? Um, I guess this is right. Okay, well, they checked everything, so I guess it's fine. Did that count? I think that counted. Yep. I guess that counted. Natlan. Or from Natlan, or is the Traveler. 17 to 2200. May I add that Ifa is level 78? Well, hey, like, if you truly don't care, then, like, it really doesn't matter, right? Like, it doesn't affect you in any way. Easy way is to always alt switch and hope for the best because it was designed to work that way. Yeah, I figured. I figured it was designed to work it was designed to work that way. Because obviously, like, Citlali is made for Mavuika. They were literally released at on the same day, in the same set of banners. So yeah, I figured that they were designed to. They were designed to work together. What's the difference between this camera mode? But you hate inconsistency? I mean, I hate it when I can feel like everything I'm doing is like I'm doing everything exactly the same way, and I'm like certain that there are no other factors, or like I can think of and or see no other factors that should be affecting it, that should be making it inconsistent. But in my case, because I know my ping is high, and I know that I'm not always like try harding. In fact, like in the past year, or maybe even two, I've just been like lazy moding. Like I don't know if you were here then or if you were paying attention earlier, but about an hour ago or so, I I was doing my weeklies. I was fighting the Arlecchino weekly boss, and my Nibillet died. I think I was on my second account. My Nibillet died because I was like, I saw the attack coming, and I just decided to not dodge because I was just thinking like, this Nibillet, he won't die. So yeah, like I've been like that the past 1 or 2 years. Hydro, charged attack, normal attack. Okay. I've got Eva to 80, but I'm saving up on mats for Sino, or I guess myself. Man, dude, it's gonna be a while before you ever get to see Sino. I just don't see Hoyo ever rerunning Sino anytime soon, man. I just don't see it happening anytime soon. Most reliable solution I can come up with is hold E dash. I'm not try harding. I don't try hard enough to do stuff like that. I'm just gonna do the lazy rotation. Like what's it, what did we used to call it? Button mash? Yeah, there you go. Button mash. I'm just gonna button mash, right? With like 5% of my brain capacity on. And then hope for the best. If it doesn't line up well and I don't melt, and I don't melt, I'll keep going. And if I can somehow clear in time, then I'll be like, hey, okay, we're done. Thanks. Saving up for Sino too? Oh, really? Why are you all saving up for Sino? Oh, that was lucky. I was already in my idol animation. No, because I'm getting my weapon too. I love that you're talking about Sino in the first person. I'm just trying to find ways to not make it frustrating for you, you know what I mean? I think... wrong. I think what's happening is... And I understand why you think that I would be frustrated at this. Just because I brought it up, you probably think, oh, this is so annoying. You know what I mean? Right? Because this is the kind of thing that I can definitely see that you would be annoyed by. Like, actually, and not just like annoyed, but like actually like frustratingly annoyed by. As for me, as long as Dendro. As for me, as long as I get the rewards, that's all I care about. I don't care about if I did it correctly or not. Oops. Like him, plus since I started my account late. I missed his banners in the past. Oh, man. Okay, well, it's gonna be a while before you guys ever get to pull for him, because I just cannot see Hoyo rerunning him anytime soon. 23. What a lovely time to enter the stream. My glorious Chief Justice Nivelet just blessed my eyes. Hey, what's up, Wayne? How's it going, man? What's... Oh my god. I was about to make the joke. The Nivelet mechanique something joke, and I just cannot remember the name of that darn thing when I need to. Danelise Cardinal? No, I'm missing a few words here at the beginning. Oratrice, there you go. Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal. There you go. Okay, got it. Ding, 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 ding. Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal. Don't ask me why I remember that. It's because of Farina, you know. They go pretty well together. How does that man even remember the name? The thing that I'm like concerned about is like he remembers the spelling. Right? The name itself is like I can remember the name, not like instantly, but like with a little bit of effort, I can remember it. But the spelling is, yeah. And the fact that he remembers the spelling is what's concerning. Then you clip if you want. Look at it. Do what you will with that information. 14 seconds ish clip. Sure. 2 dashes. Enough consistently make it work. Oh, okay. I'll go take a look at it. Yeah, I get what you mean. Like the dashing while in like her hold E, like while on her bike, not like burst bike, but like hold E bike. Is like it eats up more of the whatever, which means that her what's it called, her like sunstrike duration thing is shorter, and therefore is less likely to apply like one extra hit of pyro right before I swap back to Mavuika in my rotation. Bow Traveler 12, sure. Are you Nubilet in disguise? Let me think of one. You know, whoever made that video, man. Like, the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal music video, man. He made it so fast, too. Like, think about it. He made it so fast. Like, right... like, I think it was, like, within 1 or 2 weeks of... of the patch coming out, of like those words existing in everyone's vocabulary. Electro normal attack, okay. Sure. What do you call an opener that doesn't work? I don't think Sino should tell us immediately. I think you should give us some time to think of it. Yeah, I think it'll be a lot funnier if we actually put in the effort to try and figure it out first. A can't opener. Oh, jeez. RJ, I just went to YouTube to look for more solutions. It seems that it's collectively what people suggest for people with high ping issues. Really? Oh, okay, okay. I mean, it does make sense. It does somewhat. I don't know. I don't think it extends the rotation, but it's. You know what I think it does? It reduces the how much time you spend on Mavuika while Bennett buff is still up. Not by much. Probably gonna be like 1 second at most. But that 1 second might be one more melted Mavuika donut. Sorry, I'm still confused. Like, what is the difference between this camera tracking mode and fixed camera mode? What is the difference? I just cannot see a difference. Okay, whatever. Let's use one of them for now. Is it 20? Okay. How did the binary person start eating meat? You E at the start of the rotation. E at the start of the rotation, not after Bennett Q. So you don't waste time on that. What? Yeah, and that's, I'm sure you've seen me do that. That's what I always do. Even with my normal, so my usual rotation is Bennett Q right after Mavuika E, so that I can catch Mavuika's particles on Bennett. But if I do that, I don't feel like I have that much time on Mavuika with Mavuika on the field while Bennett burst is still up. I guess like the nice thing is, it is at the very least like I can like guaranteed like my 2 or 3 melted Mavuika donuts are guaranteed to have Bennett buff, but like all the donuts after that are just don't. And I guess it's okay because like they're not gonna melt anyway, so I guess at that point you're not losing that much damage. Why did the binary person start eating meat? Because he was a her before. Binary? Sorry. Okay. Because I read binary. I saw the other message talking about trans. And then I just didn't put 2 and 2 together that apparently it was like a not necessarily a typo, but more like a correction of the previous message. I didn't quite get it. He was a her before. Yep. Mavuika burst. Mavuika burst. Bennett burst. Everybody burst. Okay. I have my own Reddit. I'm sure Sino does. Button sticker, small surprise. Oh, that's a thing? Oh, that's cute. Okay. Sure. Should have been using that this whole time. It's something. Really didn't change anything for me, but like it looked cute, I guess. Read the whole joke? Wait, what joke? Ali's joke? What is the binary? Yeah. The trans. I think I remember seeing that joke. It's a pretty old joke. It's a pretty old joke. I remember seeing that joke on 9gag. Of all places, 9gag. Like 9gag, I'm sure the website is still up today, but like 9gag, like at least for me, wasn't a thing. Has not been a thing for me for way more than 10 years now. What trance? What where? No, they or them. They slash them. Okay. How did the non-binary person murder those? Okay, how did the non-binary person murder those people? No, they slash them. They slash them.
もし新たき派が何か
Okay.
問題を起こしたら、あいつらを引っ張ってでも謝りに行くよ。
No, they slash them. They slash. Okay, okay, okay. I get it. I get it. I'm so unfunny. Hey, if you can laugh at your own jokes, then that's it. That's fine. Life starts to be a little bit less like life when you can't laugh at your own jokes anymore. No matter even if you really wanted to. Like that's the point when life stops being life. What is this tracking mode? What is this like fixed camera mode, tracking mode? What is the difference between this thing? They added it in there, but it doesn't do anything. Skill, animo, okay. Xianyun and Kazuo would be funny because like they would just be completely out of frame once I press E. As soon as I press E, they would be completely out of frame. Okay, sure. Xianyun just didn't work. Okay, at least Kazuo worked. But completely out of frame. I laugh at my own jokes and people call me crazy. Well, hey, I laugh at my own jokes and I call myself happy. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Wow, is this... who is this Mo? And why is he so eeny, meeny, and miny? What? Who is this Mo? Why is he so eeny? Is that it? I'm a little confused. Is that it, or is there a punchline to this? Sometimes I'm thinking something in my head, and I may grin without knowing it, and people mention it all the time. Can someone type these jokes? These jokes are too good, so good. Needs to do something. Well, like when you think of something and you randomly smile or randomly like laugh. That just means that you're actually using your brain. So today's stream, Mighty was the first one here, and he was here alone for like a couple of minutes. And I asked him, "Hey, how's it going?" He said, "I'm just thinking." And I said, "Hey, the world could do a little bit more of that, you know? The world in 2025 doesn't do much of that thinking. The fact that you're laughing at at whatever it is you're thinking of means that you're thinking. And hey, at least you're contributing to what little thinking humanity's been doing the last couple of decades." Oh, it's not fully unlocked yet, darn it. Okay. There's one more. $6 hours. Okay, I guess I don't need to condense resin. Whenever I randomly laugh and it's in public, I just take out my phone and pretend my friend texted some. Oh, oh, you know what? Okay, something I noticed that I've been doing a lot, and I don't even know when I started doing this. Whenever I'm like out and about doing chores, and it's like the kind of chores where I have to be thinking all the time, right? Because like my memory is just so bad, and like my memory is so bad, my attention span's just so short. And my brain's just like I'm just slow, right? Like I'm just naturally mentally slow. Like for example, I have a list of stuff that I have to buy at the supermarket. And it's not even like a really long list. It's probably like a list of 4 things. But it's like if it's not my stuff. For example, like today, I went to the supermarket to buy like 4 things for my wife. It's stuff that she asked for, stuff that I don't use, so I'm not very familiar with them. So yeah, I can't just like immediately think of them off the top of my head because there's stuff that I don't ever use and therefore I don't ever need myself. So I had to constantly be like thinking of the list. Like okay, I'm always like running the list through my head like over and over and over again even as I'm walking, and I could just do that quietly in my head, but it helps me remember it more easily if I say it out loud. And obviously, I'm not going to say it like super, super loud like that everyone can hear me, but I am saying it loud enough that I think somebody who's standing right next to me would be able to hear me. But I also don't just say the names of the things that I'm like buying. I say them in a sentence, right? I'm like constantly like talking to myself. Like for example, what was it? It was like some kind of lotion. Yeah, it was some kind of lotion, and like I'm constantly like in my head talking to myself. And like what's funny too is, what's funny is like nobody in this city talks to anyone in English. The only people that ever talk to each other in English in this city are students who talk to each other, like primary school and high school students that are in school. They're the only people that talk to each other in English in this city. Nobody else talks in English in public. And I'm like constantly talking to myself in English. And I'm like, okay, well, lotion. Okay, do I see a green one? No. Okay, like oh yeah, there it is. Like I'm constantly like having this like mental conversation, but because it helps make it easier for me to like remember and focus if I say it out loud, I'm actually like my mouth is moving and I'm actually like saying it out loud, like not loud enough that everyone will hear me, but just loud enough that somebody right next to me will actually understand what I'm talking about. And it's very obvious, and like I'm with nobody. I'm with nobody. I'm not standing next to anyone. I'm just like walking like super fast. I'm walking super fast because like I don't know. I just whenever I'm doing chores, I just have to like do them as fast as I can. Otherwise, I feel like I'm wasting time.
どうやら新たな変数が現れたようね。
Okay. I guess I'm gonna do the event on my Asia account. Oh, you know what? I guess I should do it on my friend's account too. Is there a punchline? That is the punchline. I noticed that whenever you laugh, you go, ah ha 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 ah ho ho ho. Wait, me? I do that? I become a witch when I laugh. A witch? I'm just imagining RJ mumble, Head and Shoulders shampoo, Head and Shoulders shampoo, and Head and Shoulders. Yep, yep. Yeah, that's okay. I think the word mumble is actually more appropriate. Yeah, yeah. It's not actually that I'm talking. It's more like loud mumbling. Yeah, it is a lot more like loud mumbling and a lot less talking, but loud mumbling. Get the green one. Don't fall for the pink one. Are you pulling for Chasca or Lauma? Chasca or Lauma? No, I'm not pulling for either of them. I don't know. Lauma, maybe? But I got 0 Primogem, so probably not. Probably not. Chasca, definitely not. A bro just knows. Yes, a bro just knows. Bros don't suppose, because bro just knows. What? Camera tracking function is enabled. Each camera will follow your movements or actions with a certain range. Ah, okay. So that's what the camera tracking or fix thing was about. What did the cop say to his belly button? No idea. Wow. No idea, man. Nothing is coming to mind. Yeah, what did the cop say to his belly button? Wow, Farina is just not doing her idle animation. Okay, there it is. Literally, Patrick, when it comes to deciphering jokes. You're under a vest. I feel like if we were to turn this joke into like a video, we would have to change it a little bit. We would have to turn the cop into like a German cop. What did the German cop say to his belly button? You are under a vest. A vest. Obviously that's not a very good like German accent, but it's something. Reminds me of Toy Maker's accent. Who's Toy Maker? Oops. That's not A. It's from Doctor Who. Oh, okay. Doctor Who. Doctor Who. That's a TV show, right? What's red and bad for teeth? Red and bad for your teeth. Don't know, man. Don't know. What is red and bad for your teeth? Bow. Bad for your teeth. A brick. His bondo's on screen. I don't know if anyone's noticed, but I keep stopping in the middle of like doing something. And yeah, for the last like half an hour, I've been dozing off. I've been dozing in and I've been dozing off. I've dozed off like every like few minutes. I'm just finishing this and then I think I'll be off. Yep.
加速します。
In case it wasn't obvious, I've barely said anything in the last half an hour. Inazuma. Who is from Inazuma? Look at Tenari. I heard there's a Sumeru Chronicle coming soon. If Sano is there, I might pull for him. I want to hear his jokes. Having version 6, 6.x. Chronicle banner in 6.0 sounds awful. That is just hard. Like no one will have the primo gems for that except for the whales. I gotta head out of here, sadly. Goodbye and all that jazz. Hey, alright, thanks for hanging out with us for a bit, Sino. And thanks for the jokes, man. I was ready to wreck everyone's primo stash. Okay. Okay. Oh man. Alright, alright. That is it. That is all I got left in me, man. I don't think I can handle like any more minutes than I already did. Anyway, here's a reminder for everyone, by the way. Like anyone who is on Windows 11, I highly recommend y'all uninstall a recent Windows 11 update called, okay, I cannot remember. Hang on. Update history. Uninstall, update, hang on. Like go like press like the window button, get your like Windows menu up, and then just look up update history and look for the update KB5063878. If you see it in there anywhere and it says it was successfully installed on, like, it's probably somewhere around August, somewhere in like mid to early August. Like, if you see it on your computer, again, KB5063878, go ahead and scroll down to click uninstall updates and like pick the update number that I just said to uninstall. Uninstall it, and then once it's done uninstalling, go back to Windows Update and then pause your updates for like a couple of weeks, at least until Microsoft, because like Microsoft fixes it or like releases like a fix for the broken update. The update apparently slowly kills solid state drives. It's terrible. I had to like thankfully I'm like paying attention to like tech media and stuff, so I actually figured out about it. I actually learned about it, and man, it's crazy. Even Microsoft like openly admitted it. Like Forbes of all laughs in mobile. Forbes even made an article about it. That apparently Microsoft admits that there's like this broken update. Like, they've confirmed that it's true. It's crazy. It's crazy. You know, why I noticed it too. Like, why I even before I heard it on the news, I noticed that like every time I open like File Explorer, it just took a while. It took quite a while. It would like lock up for like a good 3 or 4 seconds before it finally would open up. I'm actually a little concerned that there might have already been like a certain amount of permanent damage done to my SSD. Hopefully not, because that would be, man, I'd be really annoyed if that was the case. Well, anyway, I just wanted to let as many people know as I could about that. Just, you know, hopefully try to save someone's solid state drive. Who knows? It might be the only one they could afford, just like me. For example, the only SSD I was able to afford is the one I got on my computer right now. So that's why my laptop has been so buggy with like Microsoft. For how long, Wayne? For how long? If it's been going on for like the past maybe 2 or 3 weeks, then that's probably why, because of that update. If you're talking about like something that's been going on for like, you know, years, then probably something else, probably some other problem, man. That being said, I am finding a lot more like UI problems with Windows 11 than I did with Windows 10. And like most of them are harmless, like mostly like visual stuff that doesn't affect like actual functionality. But I just don't ever remember seeing any of that stuff in Windows 10. Whether or not it was Windows 10 from like 20 like this year or Windows 10 from when I first got Windows 10. My SSD cry. No. Oh wait, a month ago? Okay, that was definitely before. Wait. Yeah, no, that was definitely before. If it was a month ago, if it was 2 weeks ago, that's probably because of the update. If it was a month ago, most likely not. It's been developing problems. It's also possible that your SSDs just run out of read and write cycles. Um, Again, there's a lot of there are a lot of potential reasons for it, but as long as it crashed, and also crashed. What do you mean by crashed? Like it won't detect anymore. It won't be like the system won't detect it anymore because my laptop was getting old. If it's like quite an old laptop and it's like an SSD that you are constantly reading and writing data to, like for example, you have Google Drive or something, right? Google Drive or some kind of like cloud storage solution that you constantly have on. Something like that is just constantly reading and or writing data to and from your drive, and another one that could potentially like kill an SSD sooner than it would have normally been is something called page filing. Now, normally Windows never ever by default page files on an SSD, but who knows? Like somebody might have, like if you have like a little brother who likes to tinker with like a computer or whatever, might have done something like that, like turned on page filing for an SSD. Yeah, like try looking up the news, and like just get on the internet and look up Windows 11 update kills SSD. It's all over the internet. It's all over the internet. It's really hard to miss. Don't want to rest my sacred treasures. Treasures. To be lost forever. Yep. Sure, of course. Treasures. Right. My guy, do you want to sleep or not? Decide. Thanks, RJ. Let me not keep you. Alright. Well, I'm just spreading the news, man. Spreading the news, letting as many people know as possible, because this is like life-changing stuff for some people, right? For me, that's actually life-changing. I cannot afford to buy another SSD if mine suddenly dies. All right. Anyway, that's it for me for today, guys. If any of you need help building your characters' accounts or making a decision on which banners to pull for, feel free to join our Discord server. Links are in the description of all my videos, VODs, and streams, and in the pinned message in the YouTube chat. If you want my personal opinion, you can ping me over there. My name is Elvis Einstein. Of course, you can ask for other people's opinions too. Thank you guys so much for coming by, hanging out, and being awesome people. Have a good day, good afternoon, good evening, and take care, everybody. Bye. Bye, everyone. Thanks for coming by.
お茶会における礼儀作法を学びたいなら僕が教えてあげよう